soft-spoken and whispering. Okay, so over the past 2-ish weeks, I started getting back into reading. And normally, I only read digital books because I can get them for free. And reading is an expensive hobby. But I really got back into reading real physical books. So over the past 2.5 weeks, I've been buying books and reading them and trying to work on reading both classics, both modern and like actual classics, and then reading books for fun. So I went ahead and I bought a couple books, and I just wanted to share them with you guys today. I prefer to buy used books because it's more affordable. It's more affordable. And the first book I bought was this. This is a book about getting through law school. I am going to start law school in the fall, so I wanted to read a little bit about it. And I'm still going through it. And I bought this for like $20 when it's originally like $50-$60. It has some good advice in there. A lot of it's pretty like obvious, but it says some important things in there, and I thought it was worth the read. Okay, then next, I went ahead. I had a Barnes & Noble gift card. So I picked up a copy of The Picture of Dorian Gray. I got Penguin Classic because it was the most affordable option. This, as you can see, I've already read it. And annotated it. And it was such a good book. I love Oscar Wilde's writing style. And I loved reading every second of it. The only chapter that was a bit hard to get through was chapter 13. I vividly remember hating reading that chapter. But this is such a good book. Although it was predictable, given that it's so old. I understand why it's classic. I will definitely be rereading this because there was just some really good one-liners in there. So the same day I bought The Picture of Dorian Gray, I was able to find a used copy of Normal People from a lady on Facebook Marketplace. And she had a copy with the old cover. I don't like the newer cover, the one that's green and blue. I specifically wanted this. And so I ran out of Barnes and Nobles after purchasing this and drove to her house and picked this up. And she was kind enough to give it to me for free. And I love how the letters are almost embossed. I don't know if you can hear the spine cracking. Books with matte covers. As you can see, I read this and devoured it in basically 24 hours. I had to force myself to put it down and get up to shower. Really good book. Okay, next one. Which most people may not agree. Most people may not agree with what I'm about to say, but I love mass market paperbacks. They're affordable and convenient. In fact, one of the first books that got me into reading was Catcher in the Rye, and the copy I had was a mass market paperback. So for me, mass market paperbacks hold a lot of memories. So when I saw this for $4, I picked it up. This is Jane Eyre. I've never read this book, but if it comes in a mass market paperback, you best believe I'm going to buy it. I want to preserve mass market paperbacks in my collection. Solely because they just hold memories. Since they've gone out of print, I try to pick up a copy anywhere I can find one. No matter the book, I will buy a mass market paperback. They also hold a certain smell, almost like a magnet. magazine. Then I placed an order on World of Books because they were having a buy three, get one free. Buy three, get one free sale. And I normally, like I said, prefer to buy used. So the first book I got was The Perks of Being a Wallflower. I enjoyed reading this, and I really think it's a great book, and I wish I had read it in high school like you're supposed to do, since it is a coming of age story. Nonetheless, I still really enjoyed it, and I found the author's ability to add humor and still make it really deeply emotional and sad was beautiful. The second book in my order was The Virgin Suicide. I've never seen the movie, but I had heard mixed reviews on the book. But I figured it was worth picking up a copy. I do find it a bit strange that the story is told through the lens of boys, but I also think it says a lot about adolescence. So, I'm about halfway through, and so far it's actually really good. But the whole time, I'm wondering, where is this leading? Where is this leading? It's pretty mundane, but there's something about it that keeps me engaged. And lastly, oh wait, no. The third book I picked up was The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. I've heard a lot of great things, and I needed a third book. The one thing I will say about used books is that there's pieces of the original owner in there. I guess someone was mapping out the characters in the book. And also, they left a Christmas card in here. I thought that was kind of hilarious because If you're the Landis family, I have your card. I really like the cover. The material used on the cover. It's so satisfying to scrape my nails against it. I heard really mixed reviews on this book, so we'll see how I feel. Then I picked up a copy of I feel like everyone talks about this book, and the synopsis was quite interesting. So I figured, why not pick up a copy? I'm very easily influenced by Goodreads. But what I appreciate is that this is a floppy paperback. So I don't have to break the spine. I can just let it flop open. All of these books I got were either between $4 and $6, which I think is a steal. Okay, and then Amazon was having a deal where if you spent $25, you got $5 off your books. And I really wanted to pick up a copy of Project Hail Mary. I was really excited to get a copy that doesn't have Ryan Gosling's face on it. Like I said, I normally prefer used books, but it was cheaper to buy it brand new than to find a used copy. I'm going to read this a couple days before the movie comes out, and then go watch the movie and critique how the movie stayed true to the book. I'm putting this as a priority read for March. Okay, lastly, I got a copy of The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue. I've had decent reviews on Goodreads, and I always see it in people's book lists. And because it was part of the promotion on Amazon, I picked it up. And I spent about 2.5 days reading it. I really like the cover. It's like this matte black. It makes really in the beginning. But after 300 pages, I was getting really annoyed. It felt very repetitive. And the ending felt rushed. For a book that is over 400 pages, I think the author did not utilize the pages wisely. And she could have used more space talking about Addie's adventures. But the premise of the book and the concept is really good. It just should have been executed. It just should have been executed differently. Nonetheless, a beautiful book on the outside. But this really was a 3-star read for me. Well, if I could do like a 3.75. And that was my haul. These were all the books I bought in the month of February. And I've read almost one, two, three, four, five. I've read 5 of them so far. Hopefully, March is a good reading month for me, and that the other books are all 5-star reads. Goodbye, goodbye, goodbye.